Great day, everybody. This is Bishop Shawn L, and I'm glad to have my sister and dear friend, Prophetess Barbara Calloway. Prophetess, how are you today?
I am well. I am in the place where God lives.
That's right. Paradise is the place where God lives. And
Yeah.
everybody, look, I have in my hands, of course, a rubber band. Would you take one with
I
me?
certainly will.
I just believe that this is the season to stretch. And if
Yeah.
any of you all know me, I'm known as the connector, connecting individuals to the kingdom. And I believe that October the 31st through November the 2nd, it is a time for me to introduce you to the prophetic and the marketplace
Wow.
in the same room. Over the last 7-8 years, persons have called me, longer than that. I pretty much know a lot of people.
Yeah.
From banking, from the church world, to attorneys, real estate, you name it. God has allowed me and has blessed me over my the last several years to really connect people to the kingdom. And it was in that same way, meeting Prophetess Barbara Calloway in Texas, Dallas.
Absolutely.
I was there for a Forex meeting, and I don't even do Forex.
Me neither.
How did we get in that meeting? With our good friend, Superintendent Green, Nathaniel Green at Grace Church.
Yeah.
And from that meeting, it was a connect meeting, and I was able to meet this woman of God. So, woman of God, how's your experience been? Let's talk a little bit, because we're going to invite persons to the Connect Conference.
Sure.
So let's talk about our connection.
Well, as you said, that Forex trade meeting, I mean, I had no interest. I didn't buy into it, but it was a God moment. And I remember after the session was over, you walked up to the table, introduced yourself, and from there, God has knitted our hearts together.
Yes.
And I remember the conference that I'm doing now, Power to Live Conference. This is our 4th time doing it. We just did it, and it was
Successful.
absolutely over the top amazing on all levels. And I sat down with you at your kitchen table, and this is where the stretching comes in.
Get your rubber band.
This was the first time that I was introduced to the stretch. And I sat down at the kitchen table, and I said to you, I said, I want to do 100 women in white. Now,
Forgive her, Lord. Forgive her.
well, you got to understand my background, being Kojic, and that's what I, grew up around.
100 women in white.
100 women in white. And you had your rubber band sitting on the table, and you said, sis, we've got to stretch.
Got to stretch.
And you literally stretched my mind to another place, stretched my purpose and my reach, and you allowed me to see beyond the limits that we put on ourselves,
Correct,
right?
correct.
And so, of course, we have had more successful conferences, and every year, this guy
There's only one.
continues
Bishop
to
Shawn L.
stretch and connect me to so many people that are now adding to the vision.
Yes.
And so I will say it, and I think everybody that knows Bishop Bell knows that he is a connector. You
Yes.
know the people to get it done. You know the moments to connect.
Yes.
And it's been this incredible journey. And so I'm excited that
Yeah.
God is now launching things in you.
Thank you.
And that you are using literally your gift to
Yes.
connect people. And what you said was so needed, the prophetic and the marketplace. Because so many times we separate it, right?
Correct. That's right.
But in the kingdom, they go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand. And so
Yeah.
often we limit ourselves because we're afraid of the marketplace.
Yeah.
And the marketplace is really that place that God wants to use us.
Yeah.
The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. And I want to suggest to you today, October the 31st through November the 2nd. Actually, we're kicking off that Wednesday night, October the 30th, for dinner. But I want to encourage, if you are a pastor, it doesn't matter the size of your church. If you are just a business owner
Yeah.
or a person that says, hey, I'm like Prophetess Barbara Calloway, I just have a ministry, but I need to connect.
Sure.
I want to invite you personally. The registration information is right there on the screen, but I want you to connect, because one reason, if you don't connect in this season, how long you procrastinate into your next season.
Sure.
And there's so many gifts and talents inside of you. Well, you can say, hey, Pastor Bell, I'm not a preacher, but I have a nonprofit. How can that nonprofit work with another nonprofit?
Sure.
How can a for-profit work with a nonprofit? Many of you that are pastors, you don't have a RABAT trust. You don't have certain trusts in place. Would you leave your church into the hand of that successor who doesn't know what he or she is getting into?
Wow.
You need that attorney. At this conference, there are several people that are coming. Janine Stubbs-Taylor, for one, she's in the banking world. She's going to tell you 8 things you do not say when you walk into the bank.
Wow.
Then we have the attorney who's going to come and talk about your resolutions and your bylaws. Then we got Prophetess Barbara Calloway and others that are going to talk about why the prophetic is still needed.
Sure.
And woman of God, I'm so excited because at this conference, I'm able to bring persons from the White House Initiative, from the labor of education, the labor of transportation, labor of energy. There are programs and different things that pastors and business owners who have nonprofits know nothing about.
Wow.
Where there is monies that can fund your ministry.
Yeah.
A person from Google's coming to talk about how to move your numbers up. So when we put your name in, we know how to find you. This is a really exciting time. Woman of God, I want to thank you.
Well, I want to thank you. And as you were talking, I was thinking that this vision that God has given you for the preacher, for the marketplace, it's biblical.
Yes.
Even when Jesus sent them out, he sent them out 2 by 2. That partnership, that connection, because the truth of the matter is we cannot do anything successfully for a long time by ourselves.
That's right.
And so I'm excited about this, and I know that the right people are going to be in the room to be a part of what God has given you.
Yes, so October the 31st through November the 2nd at the BWI West End right now. I want to also encourage, if there's a business leader, a nonprofit owner, or if you're a pastor and you have 4 individuals, there will be a certain code that we will give you, and we want to give you that group rate, and then others, you will see the rate there. I'm excited. There's so many great people. Let me also announce Pastor T. Renee Glenn.
Oh, our sister.
Our sister, a mighty woman of God. She will be speaking. And then there's a prophet in the land, Prophet Joshua Giles. We look to see you at Connect Conference 2024. God bless.